What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how you can get your first virtual assistants to help you grow your business. Let's get into it. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you understand all the roles that are in your business. So when I say understand all the roles, I mean you need to understand what you need to hire for and exactly what they'll be doing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spend about a minute or two just going over the different roles that you can hire for that's gonna help take you from potentially making $10,000 a month to making $50,000+ a month. The first role that I wanna go over is a lead manager. A lead manager is mainly all about Podio. So they'll be managing your Podio, they'll be updating your Podio. Whenever your sales rep or your acquisition manager can't close a deal, what they're gonna do is they're gonna send offers over to those sellers anyway, even though they're not motivated, because you never know, that may turn into a deal later on down the line. And then just show them that, okay, this person is actually serious. They sent me over an offer for my property. Another thing that they could potentially do is once you close on a deal, they can send thank you cards or send something that's saying, hey, if you send a referral, I'll pay you $500. They can be responsible for that type of role. So that's basically what a lead manager would do. The next role that is important is a disposition person. So if you have a disposition person in your business, what they'll be focusing on is after the acquisition manager, which we'll get into in a few seconds. What a disposition person does is after the acquisition manager has locked the deal up, from that point on to the end of the deal, the disposition person is in charge. So what they'll do, they'll be sending text messages, sending emails, making calls to the buyers. They'll be trying to get the best price that they can for the property. So they'll be scheduling the open houses for the buyers to walk through, or they'll be scheduling time for the buyers to walk through. They'll be in communication with the seller when it comes down to that. They'll also be in contact with the title company or your attorney's office. So you see how they handle the whole back end part when it comes down to the deal. The next person that you hire for, one of my favorite positions to hire for, is a cold caller. A cold caller is a key aspect to your business because instead of you being on the phone making the calls and not knowing what seller is going to be motivated or knowing if this is a seller or not, they're going to be doing the weed out process and getting to the leads so that your acquisition person can actually speak with the seller that owns the actual properties. So basically, to put all in a nutshell, your cold caller is going to be speaking with prospects and they're going to identify if the prospects are the actual sellers. Like I said, we was going to get to this eventually. The next role is your acquisition person, also known as the sales rep. So what they do is they're pretty much going to be the person once the cold caller and the person that's sending text messages, and when your lead manager accepts the inbound calls from your Google Ads campaign, or your Facebook ads campaign, or your direct mail pieces that you send out, once they spoke with the cold callers or your lead manager, the sales rep is going to lock the deal up over the phone or go out to the property and meet with the seller in person and lock the deal up. That's a very important role when it comes down to your business, and that's someone that you definitely will want to spend a lot of time with throughout the training process to make sure they understand exactly what they should be doing. The next role that you can hire for is a virtual assistance admin. With all the leads that your business is going to be generating on a daily, because we're going to speak that into existence, your virtual assistance admin can update all your records inside of your system, such as REI-Civ, which I use as a data management software. Whenever you have your cold callers and your VAs or whoever sending text messages and they're getting the responses that's saying wrong number, not interested, property sold, or lead, what your virtual assistant admin would do is go inside of your system such as REI-Civ, update those records to make sure that we don't reach out to those sellers or prospects anymore because we already got a response for them. Another thing that a VA admin can do is clean your data. So whenever you import new records, you're going to have some data that's incomplete. So basically, it may have a street address, but it may not have the numbers in front of the street address. Or it may be a homeowner that has an LLC listed as the name, and you want to get the homeowner actual name instead of having the LLC, so you can skip trace and potentially get the property under contract with that person. So they pretty much going to be able to take care of all the time consuming aspects of the business that will not really generate any revenue or anything, but it's still very important because if you don't have them to clean that data, who else is going to clean it? Right now, I don't have a virtual assistants admin, but I'm looking for one, and I have over 10,000 records inside of my REI SIF that needs to be cleaned. So I'm pretty sure that's going to take a lot of time to get done. I do it here and there, but if I have somebody that's focusing on it every single day, it can get done a whole lot quicker. So that's just what an admin would do. They will manage records that's coming in from the courthouse. It's just a valuable asset to your business. And the last role that I'm going to mention that's very important, and there's more roles in the wholesaling business, but I'm just focusing on the key ones, is hiring someone to send your text messages. What this person is going to do, they're going to manage your REI reply account if that's what you use. That's what I use. Or whatever text message system that you use, they're going to manage that. They're going to make sure that if you got follow-up inside of REI reply, they're going to make sure that they respond to the sellers that send a message back after 2-3 months to make sure we stay on top of it. They're key to your business because they can generate you 2 to 4 leads every single day or 3 to 6 leads every single day from sending text messages. Now, if you enjoy this content so far, please just take 1 second, hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, because that'll help YouTube recognize this content as being valuable content, and it'll greatly help out the channel. We just hit 502 subscribers, and we're looking to get to 1,000 by the end of this month, and that means that the wholesaling community is growing. So just take 1 second to get that done, and let's get back into it. Now, this is strictly my opinion. You got other people that may say other things, but this is what's working for me. The positions that I look to put someone in first is my cold calling role and my text messaging role. I like to put virtual assistants in these roles first because, like I said before, they're gonna help weed out the people that's tire kickers or maybe the wrong person, and they're gonna get straight to the leads. I don't mind handling the lead management role, the disposition role, the acquisition role, and all the other roles that just involve with getting the deal closed. But I knew if I could get someone in the cold calling role and the text messaging roles first, I knew that was gonna release a whole load off of me and help me focus on the other aspects of the business. Now, don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that you're gonna have any more free time, because what you're gonna do at the end of the day, whenever they get done making calls, after your person that's sending text messages get done chatting with the seller, you're gonna be going through the messages and you're gonna be going through the recordings and seeing the type of communication that your virtual assistants are having with the sellers. And you wanna always be sharpening their skills and making them better on the phones and responding to text messages. So don't hire virtual assistants if you think just bringing them into your business is going to generate you revenue. No, you need to be spending time with them pretty much every day, help making them better to the point where when you bring somebody else in, they can listen to your cold caller because they sound so close to how you would sound. And never ever expect for your cold callers or your person that's sending text messages to sound just like you, because no two people are alike. So basically, if you go in with that mindset, your business is going to be successful. I brought on a cold caller and it didn't work out. I'm in the process of bringing on another cold caller again, and it's just part of the process. You got to hire slow and fire fast if you see that something isn't working out after you've given it numerous and numerous chances. But it's just part of the process, and you're going to learn from each process. When it comes down to hiring, I use a website called onlinejobs.ph, and I actually pay for it monthly so I can actually put a Google Doc inside of it, because what I noticed whenever you use that type of platform, what ends up happening is you'll run into a lot of virtual assistants that's just applying for any and every job and not even reading the job description. So what I do is I put very detailed steps that they need to follow if they want to get a response from me. And guess what? 90% of them don't follow the detailed responses, so they automatically weed themselves out. So I know I'm not wasting my time with virtual assistants that's just trying to apply for every position possible. That has worked well for me, and I've actually interviewed some great people doing it that way. Now, I'm just going to give you some tips when it comes down to this process. Please make sure that you understand the roles that you're hiring for, understand the problems that are in your business, and you hire based off of that. Now, I hired a cold caller first because I already made thousands and thousands of calls, and I understand the aspects of talking to sellers on the phone on first contact. As long as you understand that, it's okay to do that. Spend time figuring out how to do that. And once you do, bring them in. If you understand each role and what you need to hire for, your business is definitely going to be able to go to the next level. Now, if you haven't seen my whole wholesaling playlist, check it out here. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.